What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is focused on Australian rugby. A lot of people have asked me this question in the streams, albeit in the comment section of the videos, is can the Wallabies bounce back after all that's happened to them in this past year or 2 years? Unfortunately, bad form has really hit Australia. They haven't been winning results. They've gotten to the lowest points in the Rugby World rankings. They have obviously lost a player. They've now got kicked out of the World Cup in the quarterfinals. They have also, their coach has resigned in Michael Cheika. All these instances that are happening right now, I think a lot of people in Australia are questioning, is there hope? Is there a way forward in Australian rugby? I mean, they've had a tough time, and I really feel for them, whether I support them or not. I mean, I respect all rugby nations, and it's heartbreaking to see a team struggling and getting to its low points. And there's a lot of hope for Australia rugby because of the players that they have. They've got some star quality players within Australia, and of course, these certain occurrences that have recently happened before the Rugby World Cup has definitely left a dent. I mean, Israel Folau, I won't go into too much detail, but he was one of the best rugby players, if not Australia's best rugby player. One of the greatest fullbacks. He was quick, he was fast, he was a brilliant defender, brilliant runner. I mean, his skillfulness, his tacticalness within the game was absolutely outstanding. When he had a ball, you would worry because he could lead into a try, or he could move the play into something different, or pass the ball, or take the gap, or dummy the hell out of the opponent. So you'd always be nervous whether he was wearing a Waratahs jersey or an Australian jersey. There was definitely a sense of threat when he played. So losing a player like that definitely puts a dent, whether Australia admit it or not, because it's the truth. I mean, if I look at New Zealand, you lose a guy like Beauden Barrett. I mean, yes, you got Rishi Mwanga as a backup fly-off who's been outstanding, but losing an instrumental player like that definitely sets a tone for your team, especially when he's got such a massive role. So, of course, that definitely had an occurrence to play within this Rugby World Cup. Then even going back, I mean, Michael Cheika, that it's always been the talking point of Australian rugby. Is he the right coach? Is he not? I personally felt he wasn't. I didn't see him as a motivator, a people's coach. You saw a bit more of that in the World Cup, but it just didn't. He didn't seem to gel. He always looked angry. He always looked frustrated. And you look at the camp of Australian rugby, they didn't look happy. They looked frustrated. They looked disappointed. They looked lost. There was no hope, and it was sad to watch. I mean, like I said, the players within the squad was amazing, and I think if he had regrouped it better, they could have done something special. They could have taken their way or their game plan to a totally another level. And I mean, when Stephen Larkham left the coaching staff, then I started to wonder. Clearly, they should make the selection to get rid of coach as well, start afresh. Yes, it's early before the Rugby World Cup, but get the new team fresh. I mean, we saw what happened for Argentina. Yes, they didn't have a great World Cup, but we saw a change in attitude, a change in the way of play, and it created something positive. And as a South African watching the Springboks, in a space of months, from going from Alistair Coetzee, which wasn't the greatest coaching environment, and the players were down, to Rassie, was total transformation. And you ask all these players today, they will say, and they've said it in the media, Bongi, Beast, all the players, they've said that it's the best feeling that South African rugby is currently felt in. It's the best atmosphere because the coach connection with the captain, with connection with the team is so important and powerful. And I think that's what Australia is missing. So to go back to the question that was asked, do I see Australian rugby bouncing back? I do. I really do. I believe there's a lot of hope for Australia. There's a way forward for Australia. And getting the right coach, I know they're favourites to take the job, but if he's the right man for the job, then he can take this team with either Michael Hooper or maybe a new leader and transform them into something special. South Africa were in a point 2 years ago where everyone wrote them off and said they were going to get nowhere. No one said they were going to get to where they were in this World Cup. No one had hope. But they did it. They proved teams wrong. We look at Ireland. We look at Wales. Transformation within a rugby team can happen, can progress. I mean, England went from top or from bottom, getting kicked out of the group stage to the World Cup to becoming Grand Slam Six Nations champions not long under Eddie Jones. Yes, they've had a dip, but they're on the rise up. Potential favourites for the Rugby World Cup. South Africa too. Wales too. New Zealand always. But there is hope for Australia. So for me personally, as an outsider, as a South African looking at this from the outside point, I do see hope for Australian rugby. I do think there is a time for change, a different movement, a different game plan, a different attitude within the era. But I do feel that they'll bounce back and become the threat that they were. There was hope within the Australian team. They had their moments. It's just they need a coach to gel it all together. And once they have that together, they're going to be a great team. I do believe that. So that's going to do it for today's video. I just thought I'd give my thoughts on it. It has been a question that has been asked so many times, and I thought I'd just let it know to all the Australian subscribers that support my channel. I do have faith in their team, and I do think they'll bounce back. I really do. I believe that. So that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys real soon for another one. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.